in a beautiful but very creepy Airbnb. Let me tell you about it. It is in Ile-de-Lion, okay? Do not make fun of me for how I'm pronouncing that. Anyway, it's in Quebec and it is beautiful. All right, beautiful. I'd go back in a heartbeat. But anyways, this is the Airbnb that I stayed in. Beautiful old home, but it gave me and everybody staying here the heebie-jeebies, okay? And like 4 out of the 6 people that I was staying with here do not believe in anything paranormal, but it was still enough to scare them. I don't get this feeling very often, okay? I'm scared of a lot of things, and sometimes it's mostly just me psyching myself out, but I didn't get one night of sleep in this house. Sometimes it is just like what the house looks like. You know, it's giving off like an old feel or whatever, but part of the main floor was renovated to be like, it looked modern, okay? And still, it changed nothing. I, however, stayed in one of the rooms upstairs, where at the time it was not renovated to look modern. Not that that's what it needed to be. It was actually quite cool that it wasn't, if I'm being honest. It just, I was scared, okay? I felt like I was being watched every night in this room, okay, from the door. And then whenever I would finally be drifting off to sleep, the door would move. Okay, it would either open a little bit or close a little bit. Anyways, I just told myself it was the wind, even though they're like, I don't know, the windows were closed. It couldn't have possibly been the wind. Maybe the house, it's because it's old, it's tilting, the door is gonna close on its own. Whatever, you know, whatever was gonna get me to just relax. I get more into it another time, but because of all this, it led me to Google, okay? And upon doing so, I found that this house that I stayed in was but a 2-minute walk away from here, okay? And this right here is Mauvais Manor, okay? And it is actually well known for being haunted. Actually, looking inside this place gives a really good picture of what the inside of the Airbnb that I stayed in looked like. Like, this is almost exactly what the upstairs looked like. So it was built in 1734, okay, by a surgeon for the King of France. And this manor is actually one of the oldest in the province, and it is now a museum. It's rumored to be haunted by its past residents. So it was originally built by the surgeon for it to be his home, but it doubled as kind of a private medical center. Yes, in his home. Here he performed surgeries, he delivered babies, he treated patients, certainly had some painful outcomes in all this. And it's said that the manor still holds this energy. What's really cool is that they found old surgical tools in the house. The basement is where people say that they experience the most paranormal activity. Guests feel cold spots and they feel like somebody's watching them or following them. They see shadows when nobody's around. They hear footsteps when they feel like they're being followed. All the good stuff, you know? Later on,